Hey, what's up, studs? Joe here, or Imperial Productions. And what an eventful year 2020 was for LEGO Star Wars. Of course, we did start off rough at the beginning of the year with a couple of remakes and the Rise of Skywalker sets, but luckily we got through the year okay. But, of course, LEGO kind of screwed some things up for us, like some release dates of sets, and, of course, the famous Nebula on B frigate. But besides the point, today I am bringing you my worst first video of all 2020 LEGO Star Wars sets. So if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below if you subscribe to the channel to get a shout out in a future video. Now, let's get into this. So I will be naming the LEGO sets, in my opinion, the worst to the best LEGO sets, being worst to first being the best, worst being the worst. And starting up, the worst LEGO set of 2020, I think, was the 4-and-up Snowspeeder. This was one of the worst Snowspeeders we have ever gotten, in my opinion, and it just didn't really include much. Of course, for a 4-and-up set, I can agree, but there wasn't much quality to a build, and I don't think really many children would even want to play with this. I don't even know if they would or not, but of course, I do think that maybe, of course, a child wouldn't want to play with it, but it's just not really the most best set, in my opinion, of the 2020, and it has had to be this low on the list. Moving up the ladder with the next worst set is the Skyhopper versus Bantam Microfighters. So this was a versus Microfighter set. It was one of the first Skyhoppers we got in Microfighter form. Of course, we did get the bigger Skyhopper a while back, but most people would probably want the molded Bantha, but that we did not get that in this set, sadly. So that was kind of a downside on it. So, of course, if LEGO had thrown in a molded Bantha, this probably would be a more popular set. Moving on to the next set, we have the May the 4th promo for 2020, which was practically not that good. It was technically supposed to be the Death Star, and with a ATAT and a TIE Fighter after it, but we got a better ATAT in the newer Advent calendar for 2020. So I don't know what LEGO did there, but there's something going on, because if their slogan is the best is good enough, so I just don't see why they couldn't make a better ATAT than this. This had to be this low on the list, because really the build itself isn't the best May the 4th promo we've ever had. Moving up the ladder to the next set, we have the 30386, the Poe Dameron's XWing Fighter Polybag. Now, this set really was one of the only polybags we got for LEGO Star Wars in 2020, and it kind of failed in ways. I didn't really think it was worth the price of $10. $5 probably would have been the best price for it, for the piece count and everything, so I feel that LEGO was kind of giving us a bad price for about $10. If it was a microfighter, I would understand, but this is a polybag we're talking about here, and $10 just doesn't cut it. Moving on to the next set, we have the Sith Tie Fighter. And the reason this is so low on the list is because of its price range. The price range for this set was $80, and it only included about 400 pieces, so it did not really, in my opinion, I don't think it really sold that well, but maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but it's just overpriced set. It's one of the most overpriced sets I've seen, almost. And speaking overpriced, the next set on the list is the General Grievous' Starfighter. Now, the build itself is pretty good, but the two things that are really made this low on the list is the minifigures and the price range, because the price range for this set was $80 on release, and it only included about 400 pieces. And of course, some of these pieces may have been costly, and the licensing may have been costly, but overall, it is still an overpriced set. And the minifigures, we got another copy and pasted Obi-Wan Kenobi, It was just a copy and paste from the Duel on Mustafar set that we got earlier in the year. And instead of Phase 2 Cody, we got an Airborne Trooper. Of course, Airborne Troopers are a nice inclusion, but most people were hoping for that Phase 2 Cody. Moving on up the ladder to another one of the fewer worst sets, we have the Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. Now, this set I thought was one of the worst ones we got of 2020 because, like the Obi-Wan in the last set, it is a copy and paste from the Duel on Mustafar. And it is the third remake of an Anakin's Jedi Interceptor we have gotten. But overall, the build quality is very good. You just get an R2-D2 and a copy and pasted Anakin Skywalker, as I should say. And then, most people, in the last ones we've gotten, these are the two basic minifigures we've gotten. But I feel LEGO should have made, like, some of those buzz droids that kind of attacked Obi-Wan and Anakin in the first scene of Revenge of the Sith, you know. I feel like that would have been a good inclusion and it would have made this set be a little higher on the list. Moving on to the second to last worst set of 2020, we have the Duel on Mustafar set. Now, this kind of was a downside in many ways. If you remember, in 2019, we did get the Starkiller base Duel on Starkiller base, and it is another kin to this set right here, and in my opinion, they particularly didn't do so well. And most people were probably hoping for a bigger set for the Duel on Mustafar. So that was kind of a downside of that also. Moving on to the next worst LEGO set of 2020, in my opinion, it is the Yoda's Lightsaber. Now, the Yoda's Lightsaber was a promo that you got with the Mos Eisley Cantina. If you bought the Mos Eisley Cantina when it first released, and most people were practically wanting a lightsaber hilt kind of series from LEGO Star Wars, but after this, LEGO really disappointed. Of course, it does look pretty detailed, but it just doesn't really cut it for what it is. And this has been a problem in some LEGO Star Wars promos, that they have just not been the best that LEGO can do, because their slogan is only the best is good enough. Moving on to some of the better sets, we got the Awing Starfighter. Now, this set did release in April, I believe, and it does retail for about $200 US, and it's a really good set. It does really have that price mark to it. It does have a good price to it. You get the stand and the one minifigure, and then you, technically, in my opinion, it's an oversized A-Wing. I didn't really like this much, because it's not a minifig scale A-Wing. It's more of a overscaled A-Wing, but nonetheless, it is a very good set, very well built, and it's had to be a little higher on the list than where I was going to put it. On the next best LEGO sets we have is all in a row. We have some of the three best LEGO sets we got of 2020 being the TIE Fighter pilot bust, the Stormtrooper bust, and the Boba Fett bust. Now, whether I thought these were good or not, I thought they were all good. And as we go up the ladder in order, we have the Stormtrooper being one of the best, and up above that, we have the TIE Fighter pilot bust being the best, and then up above that, we have the Boba Fett. In my opinion, I thought these were all pretty good sets. They were a new inclusion to LEGO Star Wars, and I just hope LEGO kind of does more of these in the future times. The next set going up the ladder is the UCSDO. Now, this was a pretty good set, in my opinion. Of course, LEGO did get it a little wrong on the box art, where you had a sandy bottom to it, a sandy base plate sitting on. But in the box art, it does have that grassy landscape. So that was kind of a misfire that LEGO did there. But in the end, it was a very good set. Moving on to the next set, we have the Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. Now, in my opinion, I thought this was a pretty good set. It is one of the many that led up to the release of the Mos Eisley Cantina, and you can still buy it for $30 US. Moving on, above that, we have the Obi-Wan's hut, and it was another inclusion that really stacked up to the Mos Eisley Cantina release. It released originally for $30 US, and still is one good set in my opinion. Next up, we have the two in the same row. We have the Sith Trooper Battle Pack that released for about $15 US, and it was a pretty good battle pack. I did buy a few of these, and it was a great inclusion to get some more Sith Troopers, but really you only got the Sith Jet Troopers, and I feel they should have included more Sith Troopers in this set. Next one up, we have the Mandalorian Battle Pack, which was pretty good. You got the 4 Mandalorians, you got the speeder, and a small rock formation that they could hide behind and shoot their enemies off. The next set we have is the Resistance YWing Starfighter, and this set originally released for the price of $10, and it is just a miniature version of the YWing Starfighter. Next on the list is the Kylo Ren's Shuttle Microfighter. Now this was a very good set in my opinion. It was a good microfighter to go along with the YWing Starfighter, and it kind of resembles the shuttle we got in 2019, which it's supposed to be modeled after it for Episode 9, so that was always a great inclusion. The next set we have up on the list is the Poe Dameron's XWing Fighter from Episode 9. So this set originally released for around $80, and had one of the Knights of Ren in it, which that was a great inclusion to if you wanted to get your Knights of Ren and collect all of them. And it was a very good set nonetheless. Next set up, we have the Knights of Ren transport ship. Now this set originally released for about $70, and it is a very good set in my opinion. You get 2 of the Knights of Ren that finish off your collection, and you get Rey. But this set really disappointed in 2 ways. The bottom underside of it didn't look good. It didn't have much interior space in it. That was another downside. And the box art was not Episode 9 style. It was just a regular box style, and that just didn't really cut it. The next set we have up is the AAT, and that was a pretty good set. We got the Ahsoka, we got from Season 7 of the Clone Wars, we got her Clone Trooper, Ahsoka's Clone Trooper, 332nd Trooper, and we got 2 Kashyyyk battle droids. But one battle droid on the box is named the Pilot Battle Droid, so I did not really know why LEGO did this, but of course, it's nice to know LEGO now names their characters. The next set we have up on the list is the LEGO Star Wars 2020 Advent Calendar. Now this set released for $30 US, and it contained a bunch of mini builds for the 24 days of Christmas. And of course, everybody thought that was a great inclusion, and in my opinion, it is one of the best LEGO Advent Calendars we have gotten. The next set going up on the list is the Nebulon B Frigate. Now, this set originally released around November, and it was a big bust. If you do not know already, LEGO screwed us up with it, and someone supposedly bought about 700 of them and scalped them and all that, and LEGO just let them do it, and not many people really got that set anyway, and now you have to pay about over $200, so thank you LEGO for screwing that up for us. You did a good job of screwing up. Next set we have is the Bespin Duel. Now this set does have that Darth Vader with arm printing, and it did release for $40, and it is one of the cheapest ways to get that Darth Vader with arm printing. And of course you get that regular Bespin Luke, and that is always a nice inclusion to this set, of course. This set was supposed to replicate the scene where Darth Vader tells Luke he is his father. And, of course, it is a very nice scene nonetheless. Of course, pretty sad, too, but very nice. Next set we have is the Resistance ITS Transport, the release for $100 in the August/September wave, and it was a pretty good set. It was a Galaxy's Edge set. Of course, not a big fan of that, but nonetheless, it is one of the sturdiest LEGO sets I have ever saw in my life. The next set we have is the Death Star Final Duel, that were released for $100 US and was a Walmart exclusive. So, this set was a pretty good set. It was the more expensive way to get to Darth Vader with arm printing, and of course you got the Episode 6 Luke, and you got that Palpatine with the new hood piece, and 2 Royal Guards. And it was a big improvement from the last one we got, which didn't look so good. The next set we have up on the list is the 501st Battle Pack / 501st Legion Clone Troopers. This set, M&R Productions, I'll put him on the end screen later. He did campaign for this for about 2 years, and then LEGO finally made this. So that was a very nice set to get. Nonetheless, you got the 501st Troopers and 2 Battle Droids for $30. Next set we got up was the new Baby Yoda, the UCS Baby Yoda, or aka the child. That retailed for $80 and about 1,000 pieces, and it was a pretty good set, in my opinion. You got the Baby Yoda with the little Razor Crest shifter knob, and you even got the Baby Yoda minifigure. Next set we got up is the new ATAT for 2020. It was a very good set for 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, like the Bespin Duel. And you got a couple of the Hoth minifigures, that was always nice. And even Snowspeeder. And overall, it was very nice for $160. The next, second to first LEGO set we got on the list now is next the Razor Crest. Now, this was a very good set, one of the biggest, probably a very big LEGO set nonetheless. It's about a foot long, and it does include the Mandalorian, sadly not in his Beskar armor. That would have been a great inclusion to this. It includes Baby Yoda, the Scout Trooper, and IG-11, and Grievous Karga. All very great minifigures for $130. And finally, the first LEGO set, being the best LEGO set we have of 2020, is the Mos Eisley Cantina. Now, this set originally released for about $350 US, and it originally released in about October 1st, but September 18th for VIP members, you could order it. And this set was very good. It included about 21 minifigures, and I will not name them off right now, but they are all great original trilogy minifigures. And overall, it was a very good set for the price. So thank you guys so much for watching. A like is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to like if you did enjoy this video. And I'll comment down below if you'd like to see more worst to first videos like this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Peace out.